ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday we discussed from Bhagavad Gita first chapter and verse number 42. So today we'll be discussing from verse number 43. So in the last previous verse, Dosharete Kulagnanam Varna Sankara Karakaye Utsatyante Jati Dharma Kula Dharmasya Sasvata. So no, sorry, we discussed from verse number 41 and 41. Yeah. Today we'll discuss now verse number 42. So Arjuna, he is giving the reason why, the fourth reason, fourth and the most important reason, why he should not fight this battlefield. Sankaro narkayaiva kulagnana kulasya. So he, I'll just repeat few minutes. This reason he started giving from verse number 37 onwards. First of all, he said, Arjuna says that uh, if we fight in this battlefield, so all of our friends and relatives are present, Kulakshaya, so this family will be destroyed. So because of this mass killing of elderly personalities, so the family tradition will be destroyed. Kula dharma sanatana, pranashyanti kula dharma sanatana. Kula dharma means all those religious functions, religious things which are required to be done in one's family so that the descendants or younger generation, they are properly situated, especially in order to protect, properly protect the womanhood of any family. It is very much required that they remain under the shelter of elderly personalities who can engage them, inspire them, motivate them to follow the religious principles nicely. So when such elder personalities are absent, when they will be killed in the battlefield, so younger generation, they will become independent. And especially because of this, the womanhood, young women in the family, they will become unprotected, and and people with a wrong motivation, they will pollute the womanhood of the family. So adharma will rise. Kulistriya, pradushyanti kulistriya. Kulistriya will get polluted, and when they get polluted, jayate varna shankaraha. Unwanted population will take birth. And because of this unwanted population, uh, uh, these children who are produced from polluted womanhood, uh, so they will have demonic mentality, and they will not be having any interest in following religious principles, rituals, and they will stop uh, all kinds of lupta pindo the kriya. They will not perform those religious functions also which are required to be done for the welfare of ancestors, forefathers. And in this way, those forefathers who are stuck somewhere in the hellish planets, they will not get liberated in this way. And because of not doing their religious duties properly, this younger generation, they will also fall into the hellish condition. This will be explained in this verse 42. Dosharete Bhulagnana Varna Sankara Karaka. Utsatyanti jati dharma, kula dharma shasasvata. By the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. So doshar etai kulagnana. Who is kulagnana? One who becomes responsible for the pollution of womanhood of the family. So who is going to become responsible? Arjuna is telling we, Krishna, we will become responsible because if we fight in this battlefield, all the male personalities, elder personalities who are heads of the family members, they will be killed. And so the women would, they will get polluted. And because of this, there will be one Sankara, unwanted population. They will not follow any religious system. And in this way, everyone will just go to hell to suffer. And we will be responsible. Kulagnana. They are known as Kulagnana. Kulagnana means the destroyers of the family. The destroyers of the family. Generally, in modern society, people think uh, that child or that son, descendant, who cannot earn lot of money, who cannot be who cannot get well educated, who is not attend some position in the society, he is Kulagnana. Kulagnana means he has destroyed our family. People think like this. But actually, who is actual destroyer of the family? One who deprives the family members for following the principles of religion. They are actually real Kulakna, not that one who cannot earn good amount of money. So modern people, modern society, because of lack of religious principles, lack of spiritual knowledge, they have so much degraded that they cannot even understand what is the destruction of the family. They think if our family, our descendant, they do not advance materially, they do not get good job in a multinational company, and they are not going as they are not getting some good position in the society, then our family is destroyed. That is their calculation. But actually, by this, rather the opposite happens. The more one advances materially, the more one advances materially, earns a lot of money, and have a good position in the society, the more the person is inclined to perform sinful activity. The more he becomes disinclined from religious activities. So this is actually kulagnana. This is actually destruction of the family, and they are actually destroyers of the family. So Arjuna could sense that the religious functions will be destroyed and we will become responsible, we will become Kulagnana. Dosha Retai, Kulagnana, Varna Sankara Karakaya. We will be the cause of producing Varna Sankar, unwanted children. So those the leaders in the society uh, who do not encourage the performance of religious functions, dharma, following of proper dharma. Actually, they are Kulagnana, destroyer of the family traditions, the destroyer of family. And they are Varna Shankara Karakaya. Varna Shankar means they are the responsible person to produce unwanted children. And those parents are also responsible. If they do not teach their descendant the principles, true principles of religion, then they also become Kulagnana and Varna Shankara Karakaya, unwanted children, cause of producing unwanted children. So that's why all those leaders in the society, leaders, teachers, and parents, they cannot accuse the younger generation of being misled and becoming corrupt and not listening to their words and getting involved in bad habits. So this younger generation, they have no fault because they are not trained enough properly. The first training is to train every single student in the principles of following proper brahmacharya. But nowadays, just see, when the age comes, a 4 or 5 years old boy is supposed to send to Gurukul to follow the principles of brahmacharya. He is given Android phone, and from the age of six, as soon as he comes to the age of 6, 7, 8 years, he knows everything. He watches movies, all kinds of movies, nonsense thing, and so many bad habits he acquires as soon as he enters into 11th, 12th, and 13th years of age. And in the cities like Mumbai, As soon as a girl or boy crosses the age of 15, 16, they start making couples, boyfriend and girlfriend. So what fault is there? They are not at fault. The fault is the faulty people are teachers, parents, and leaders of the society who are not giving training, who are not giving the proper education system, spiritual education. They are at fault. That's why Arjuna, he is a perfect gentleman. Just see, uh, people they may accuse younger generation, they may accuse social media and so many things, but these are not the actual causes. People should say we are actual because we haven't given them the proper training education in spiritual life. Arjuna, being a perfect gentleman, he is accepting that if we kill the elderly personalities present over here, who are supposed to give proper spiritual education to their descendants, if they are killed, so the younger generation will not get the opportunity to properly get trained in spiritual subject matters. So in this way, they will become Varnasankar, unwanted population. They, and in this way, we will become the cause of their destruction. So Arjuna is taking this responsibility. On the basis of this, he says uh, that we will fall into hell. Will acquire sinful reaction for this. So all those leaders in the society, including parents also, because they are natural leaders for their gods, their children. The children are supposed to be trained by parents, first of all. So they are natural leaders for their children, and teachers in the school. They are natural leaders for students in the school and colleges. And politicians and leaders in the society, they are natural leaders for the citizens in general. So if they don't teach the principles, true principles of religion, if they don't protect their dependent subordinates from getting involved in doing all kinds of sinful nonsense activities, then definitely they are going to get sinful reaction. They are they are becoming implicated in the reactions, sinful reactions, and heavy punishment is waiting for. That's why Rishabh there clearly says one should not become father, mother, teacher, or or leader if he cannot protect his dependent, if he cannot teach his dependent how to become free from the cycle of birth and death. So they are not at all qualified to become the leaders. So, but Arjuna, being a true leader, he is able to predict what will happen in the future. I'm supposed to protect my citizens. And what is the real protection? Protect them from performing sinful activity. So Arjuna is taking the responsibility. Dosharete kulagna naam Varnashankar karake. We will become the cause of Varnashankar, unwanted children. And all kinds of community projects. Utsadhyante jati dharma kula dharma asya sasvata. So Utsadhyante jati dharma. Jati dharma means community projects. Here jati dharma refers not to this caste system which is prevalent nowadays. This caste by surname. No, this jati dharma refers to actually varnashram. So sadhyante. So this varnashram dharma is devastated. Kula dharma, family traditions and community projects, they are devastated. So jati dharma and kula dharma, these two things are there. So these two things, two kinds of dharmas are responsible to make human beings, first of all, to make to make the living entity who has acquired this human body to make him human being. So when they follow the principles of Varnashram Dharma, they actually become human beings. Simply by getting this human body, one does not become human being. In order to become a human being, perfectly true human being, one has to follow the principles of proper Varnashram Dharma. That means one cannot have these four kinds of sinful activities. One cannot perform. One must follow the principle. There should be no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, and no meat eating. One who follows these four principles, four regulatory principles, then he is actually a human being. So, in order a person, a human being, a living entity who has a human body, in order he can follow these four principles, Varnashram Dharma provides various kinds of religious functions. so that he will be nicely engaged in following the principles of dharma. In this way, he will remain aloof from performing sinful activity. This is one thing, one purpose. This is the first and foremost purpose of Kula Dharma or Jati Dharma, which is actually Varnashram Dharma. And then ultimately, the purpose is then gradually when one is properly, one has become a human being, proper human being, then gradually make him fully Krishna conscious and fully a pure devotee, become completely detached from material entanglement, to become completely free from the desires to perform sinful activities. These are not sinful activities. Sinful activity already, the first project, first purpose is to stop the living into human beings to perform sinful activity, become a pious person, a human being, real human. And then the second and foremost purpose is to make him completely detached from all kinds of sense gratification activity, whether pious or impious, and to become fully dedicated to the service of the Supreme Lord, to develop full Krishna consciousness, full, complete love for the Supreme Lord. That is the ultimate purpose of this community projects, Jati Dharma or Kula Dharma, which is Varnashram Dharma. So this community projects, Jati Dharma, is actually carried out by family traditions, Kula Dharma. So Kula Dharma and Jati Dharma are interrelated. Jati means caste, but caste here refers to Varna. Varna means Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So Varna Dharma, Varnashram Dharma or Jati Dharma. So it is carried out in Vedic system, Vedic time. This was actually carried out, this community project was carried out through Kula Dharma, through various kinds of family traditions. Just for example, if somebody is a Brahman family, belongs to a Brahman family, Brahman Jati, a Brahman Varna, then from generation after generation, the elder personalities, they used to teach their descendant, and they used to engage them in such kind of religious activities. And especially Brahmins and Kshatriyas, they used to send their boys in the Gurukul for the matter of training them perfectly in terms of following proper brahmacharya and and taking Vedic education. And for girls, girls are taught within the home. While living in the home, their mothers and grandmothers, who were Brahmanas or for a Kshatriya, they used to teach them by examples and by through their experiences. So in this way, this is Kula Dharma, family traditions. So by various kinds of family traditions, the elder personalities, they used to teach their younger generation so that they will be able to follow Jati Dharma. Jati Dharma means Varnashram Dharma, so that they may become first class human being, and then finally they can progress towards liberation from material entanglement by becoming a perfect devotee of the Supreme Lord. So when Arjuna is predicting that we will become the cause, dosha rete kulagnana, varna sankara karaka, and we will become the cause of producing this unwanted children. And in this way, utsadyante jati dharma, this will destroy, this will devastate. Utsadyante means devastate. Devastate means it will completely uproot the principles of varnashram from the surface of globe, which has actually happened now in modern time. This has happened. The prediction which is Arjuna making, which Arjuna is making here, that this will happen, oh my dear Krishna, if you fight, if the elder personalities are killed, this will happen. That is actually happened now. Utsadyante, this Vedic Jati Dharma, Varnashram Dharma is completely uprooted from the surface of globe, even on the holy land of Bharatvarsha. In India also, in Bharatvarsha also, this is practically Utsadyante. Whatever we see, some kind of Brahmana, Kshatriyas, and Vaishya, they are following some kind of rituals, but that is just for the sake of following the rituals. Nobody actually follows. The principles nobody is following. In India, you will find so many Brahmanas, so-called Brahmanas by caste. They are eating meat. They are doing intoxication. So what kind of this Varnashram Dharma is? Nothing. So that's why they say Utsadyante. This is completely devastated. Arjuna is predicting. So Utsadyante Jati Dharma Kula Dharma Shashvata. The eternal principles, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. So utsadente jati dharma, kula dharmascha sasvata. Shashvata means permanently they are destroyed. This is one meaning. That permanently they will get destroyed because there will be devastation. Just like when some devastations happens, so it permanently uproots everything. The city or the village where some if flood comes or earthquake comes, so permanently everything is finished. Similarly, this Varna Shankar population. Varna Shankar population means unwanted children. Unwanted children who are only inclined for enjoying sense gratification, nothing to do with dharma, nothing to do with following any kinds of religious principles. They act like devastating completely the Varnashram system of religion. And Arjuna is telling, we will become the responsible. So just here, in this case, Arjuna is telling, we will, means I and you also, Krishna. We will become responsible for producing Varnashankar and they will devastate all the principles of religion from the surface of globe. Similarly, the same thing has happened. Our so-called politicians, leaders, parents and teachers who are so much encouraged or inspired for imparting modern education system, uh, they have become the cause of this producing unwanted children by giving only this modern education system, which has created this so much deep rooted desire for sense gratification. And that's why the younger generation, they have lost all interest from principles of religion. And in this way, the this Varnashram system of religion is completely devastated, finished. So community projects for the four orders of human society, combined with family welfare activities as they are set forth by the institution of Sanatana Dharma or Varnashram Dharma, are designed to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. This is the ultimate purpose, to get ultimate salvation. Therefore, the breaking of the Sanatana Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of society brings about chaos in that society, and consequently people forget the aim of life, Vishnu. Such leaders are called blind, and persons who follow such leaders are sure to be led into chaos. Very clearly, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, and we have also explained the same thing. If the leaders of the society who are blind themselves, and if anyone uh, follows them, they also become completely blind and they fall into ditch and finish. Both leader and follower, guru and chela, parents and children, teachers and students, uh, they both uh, they go to hell and suffer hellish condition, and that is actually happening. This is the modern, very terrible, horrible position, horrible situation. The only way one can become one can be saved is this Krishna consciousness. That's all. That's why Srila Prabhupada, he very boldly said this. There is no alternative, no organization, no movement which can save this human society. The only movement, only organization, this Krishna consciousness movement can save one from gliding down to the hellish condition of life. That's why Srila Prabhupada said, that's why I request, please distribute my books. Please distribute my books so that people can get some clue how to come out of this entangling situation, how to become free from this hellish condition of life. Okay, so with this we shall stop. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. So any question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pancham Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, suppose if someone is breaking one of the four regulative principles, then it's very hard for them to renounce that particular thing. So what should they
Yeah, it may
do
be,
so
yeah, it
that
may be hard.
they...
It's hard because habits are very powerful to give up. But through the association of devotees, if one can follow this chanting process, Krishna consciousness process very rigidly, then one can become free from any kind of bad habits. Any kind of uh, bad habits can be overcome by following the principles of Shravanam Kirtanam. And in order that we can follow the principles of Shravanam Kirtanam, we require a strong devotee association. Then it is possible.
चीजें जो है ना वो मतलब बहुत ही कॉमन है आजकल, तो वो
Yes,
बहुत ही मुश्किल भी होता है त्यागना
that is the
तो
most, especially for younger generation, that is the most difficult. If somebody gets involved in this girlfriend boyfriend business, then it's very difficult to come out of this. That's why those who are yet saved, they should remain saved, and those who are Prabhujis, yeah, along with saved, they should save like me. Then they will be saved. But anyway, if somebody has not yet uh, entangled in this business, he is fortunate enough. He should become very serious in chanting and as a devotee association. He will never get entangled. But if somebody by chance, by mistake, before coming to Krishna consciousness, because in the city like Mumbai, especially in the city like Mumbai, it has become a very common thing. As soon as a boy or girl, they go to college. College here means 11th, 12th. It starts from 10th standard onwards. As soon as much as I have experienced, but I don't know. There are few more advanced schools also. They start even from 6th, 7th standard, maybe. But generally, it starts from 11th standard. So, if somebody could not get the chance to get connected to Krishna consciousness, then whenever he is connected, he should become very serious and take full advantage of devotee association. That means he should regularly hear classes of Bhagavad Gita and regularly associate with devotees, and regularly he should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, this Krishna consciousness process is so powerful and so sublime that any amount of distraction or agitation of mind one can overcome simply by the strong desire to become fully Krishna conscious. This is the best method. Namachar Haridas Thakur, he was so much fixed up in chanting Hare Krishna, he was so fully Krishna conscious that he could even say no to Maya Devi, Sakshat. Directly, Maya Devi came in the midnight and he was alone. He was a young man, Maya Devi, a young woman, and she tried to seduce Haridas Thakur, but still he did not get bewildered. Why? Because he was relishing such a pure nectar of chanting Hare Krishna. So if one can, with the power of pure Krishna consciousness, one can overcome any kind of distractions. So that is possible. Nothing is impossible. And there are many devotees who are doing this. We are seeing so many examples, so many brahmacharis like us. We are living in the city like Mumbai. It's very difficult to remain brahmachari. But because of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and following the principles of Krishna consciousness, we are easily able to do it. There is no difficulty. That is possible. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
My request after
Okay.
प्रभु जी उनको ब्रह्मचर्य अपनाना चाहिए, तो मैरी कौन से प्रभु जी को करना चाहिए?
बहुत अच्छा प्रश्न है आपका. So that is not your concern. Our first concern is
मतलब
that
कुछ
we save
डिग्री और
ourselves.
डिवोशन होने पर मैरी करना?
नो, it डिग्री ऑफ डिवोशन पे फर्क नहीं पड़ता, डिपेंड नहीं करता है. ये बुद्धि खुलने पे डिपेंड करता है. किसी का बुद्धि खुल गया है, समझ गया है, तो वो बच सकता है. आई एम नॉट अ प्योर डिवोटी. मैं पूरी तरह से इधर शुद्ध नहीं है. बस सम और अदर प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा से, भगवान की कृपा
बिल्कुल
से,
है
भक्तों
आप
की कृपा
प्रभु
से
जी, आप ऐसे
थोड़ा बुद्धि थोड़ा सा खुल गया, तो समझ में आ गया कि नो नो, बेटर टू रिमेन engaged fully in Krishna consciousness. Don't get entangled.
बिल्कुल.
कोई भी कर
वाह
सकता
प्रभु
है.
जी, हरे कृष्णा हरि बोल.
कोई भी कर सकता है.